You know how to book flights and hotels. All you're missing is a tool to plan the travel experiences you'll have once you arrive. That's why you need Viator. Book guided tours, activities, excursions, and more in one place to make your trip truly unforgettable. Viator has over 300,000 travel experiences to choose from. Everything from simple tours to extreme adventures and all the niche, interesting stuff in between. So you can plan something that everyone you're traveling with will enjoy. Real traveler reviews give the inside scoop from people who've already been on the experiences you're considering. So you can plan with confidence. Free cancellation helps you plan for the unexpected. And 24/7 customer support means you can travel worry-free. Download the Viator app now and use code Viator10 for 10% off your first booking in the app. Find travel experiences for you. Do more with Viator.
It's a new day in New Bedford. Welcome to the Phil Paleologus Show. With updates and breaking news from the WBSM newsroom and on the WBSM app. And your calls and conversation at 508-996-0500. Here he is, New Bedford's #1 talk show host, WBSM's morning mayor, Phil Paleologus.
Did you hear those birds chirping away? That's their way of communicating. It's cold out there. But you know what? This is April. I know, April showers later on. And the end of this week is going to be a gorgeous, beautiful, bright, warm, sunny Easter. And welcome aboard. As Kate and I say, you don't need no tickets on this, baby. Congratulations, NCAA Women's Tournament LSU. Loved it. They not only cruised past, but they crushed past Iowa. Holy moly, huh? They defeated Iowa 102-85. Whew. Yeah, baby. And so they are our nation's champs. They won the women's basketball national title yesterday. Way to go, LSU ladies. And tonight, of course, the men's championship. The game tonight is going to be very interesting. UConn against San Diego State. And even though UConn is my brother's alma mater, I'm going for San Diego State. Good morning. Did you happen to catch one of the best shows on network radio, America in the Morning? And just about maybe 20 minutes ago, one of our favorites was spotlighted on the show. Mighty John Marshall was with John Trout. And, wow, I guess you can say after a fantastic national appearance, he'll now have a wardrobe change, maybe a cup or two of coffee, and then Mighty John is joining us. Good morning, everybody.
Take the Morning Mayor wherever you go. Download the WBSM app.
We have some good news. We have some sad news. We have, well, as you know in life, ups and downs and all of that stuff. We'll cover it all and in balance. Welcome to Monday, April the 3rd at 6:11. Good morning. You ready for some news? All right, you get ready. I'll do the rest. Remember Greyhound bus? Leave the driving to us, baby. 6:13 in the morning, and before I get into some hardcore news, I know that Kate was just mentioning that tragic fatal fire last week. Well, the city of New Bedford, folks, along with some other nonprofits, I know the Interchurch Council of Greater New Bedford's also part of this, as is Rise Up for Homes. And so they have put together the official relief fund for these individuals who have been displaced by the Rooming House fire on Acushnet Avenue. That fire destroyed not only the entire entity of the building, but always something personal, right? All of their life's possessions, whatever they were, up in smoke. And now, I don't know if you could understand the feeling that they're undergoing right now, but if you can, how about donating some money to Rise Up for Homes? And that can be either dropped off or mailed to the Interchurch Council. They're at 128 Union Street, Suite 100. That's the DeMello building downtown. When you go in, it's a beautiful office on the left there on the floor. And if you'd rather just go online, you have a busy day, we understand. Just go to riseupforhomes.com/donate. Okay, that bit of news is probably more important than a lot of these other stories I'll get to right now, but not this one, because local election season is in full swing. As voters in Fairhaven, you're going to lead the pack, all right? And you have some decisions to make at the polls today. Election Day for Fairhaven residents, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. So get on over and vote, because I know there are some very important committees that you'll be voting on. This year, I know the school committee, that has quite a few folks. And you'll also decide on the planning board. That, and I'm sure there's some other vacancies, Usually vacancies occur every year because either people retire or they say, take this job, right? 616 and Seekonk will ask their town meeting whether to do away with the town meeting. This is after years of hard and unsuccessful efforts to update the town charter. Seekonk is asking their voters to give leadership some direction. And with the town meeting coming up now, it's going to take up 4 non-binding questions about whether to ditch the open town meeting in favor of a town council or even mayoral setups. They have to decide what form of government suits them best. That's the beauty of the experiment called the United States of America.
Take the Morning Mayor wherever you go. Download the WBSM app.
Wow, there's lawsuits here and there, and a lot against America's first major offshore wind project. The 4 cases are challenging the federal environmental permit that was issued to Vineyard Wind. Vineyard Wind is a 62-turbine facility being planned for construction right off of our waters, right off of Martha's Vineyard's waters. A federal judge here in the Commonwealth heard arguments brought by landowners in 2 cases in recent weeks. The 2 other suits are brought by fishing groups who have consolidated. And these fishing groups and their lawsuit will appear before the same judge for oral arguments. They begin today in Boston. Can you send a prayer or 2 up that way, folks?
Get breaking news alerts, stream audio, send us text messages, and get live traffic and weather updates all on the WBSM app. Download it now from your app store or at WBSM.com.
A Middleborough man has faced drug trafficking charges and is going to be arraigned today as a 27-year-old Middleborough man by the name of Ruben Ricardo da Silva of Middleborough, facing drug trafficking. He was arrested during a drug raid Saturday morning. He's held on $7,500 bail, and he'll be arraigned again in court in Wareham District Court this morning. Well, do you have a show and a half coming up? Do you know who's going to be appearing at the 2023 IPMA Nomination Awards show? What is IPMA? Oh, I've got some good news for you. I'll be right back.
Take the Morning Mayor wherever you go. Download the WBSM app.
Did you know that when you make time to do 3 simple things each day with your children, talking, reading, and singing, you're helping to shape and strengthen their brains for the years to come? I love to look at the pictures in a book and notice little details about the characters. I pause along the way to ask my child to wonder about how they might feel. When you ask open-ended questions like, what do you notice? Or what do you think will happen next? You're inviting them to be curious. All these rich conversations help develop both their vocabularies and their thinking skills. And it's a great way for you and your child to bond and discover the world together. As a father, helping my child is the most important thing to me. Each of us has the power to create a strong start for our children by talking, reading, and singing with them from the moment they're born, and help them to enter school ready to learn and succeed in life. Visit TalkingIsTeaching.org for free tips, resources, and ideas on how to transform everyday moments into magical moments for learning.
He's Phil Paleologos. He's the Morning Mayor. He's dependable, like the all-new Ford F-150. Test drive one today at Wareham Ford, 1420 WBSM.
Yeah, thanks to my buddy. I'm hearing that New Bedford's Jared Schuster started in his first Major League Baseball game for the Atlanta Braves yesterday, folks. This is New Bedford's own. Isn't that a proud day, huh? I had no idea. Thank you so very much, Dottie. And more good news is right. Absolutely. Jared Schuster. I love it when our area is applauded because we have a lot to be thankful for. The 2023 IPMA nominations are now in the open. A year after winning the New Talent Trophy, Dartmouth's Juliana Amaral will be returning to the International Portuguese Music Awards, and this time with her group. The group is called Band Incorporated, and they're going to compete in 2 categories, the Best Rock Performance and the Song of the Year. The 11th IPMA show honoring artists of Portuguese descent slated for Saturday, May 20th at the Providence Performing Arts Center. And I wonder if my buddy Ricardo is going to be there. I'm sure he will. One of the best in the world. There's going to be some test openings at the Fall River Bridge, the Veterans Memorial. Okay, it's going to cause some delays, and motorists who regularly travel over that bridge, the Veterans Memorial Bridge in Fall River, will find a lot of traffic, a lot of jamming up. So find an alternate route, if you will, for this week and next week as well. All right, the openings take place Monday through Friday, 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and 2 p.m., again, for another couple of weeks. So onward we go. If you didn't hear, you will feel. The Saudis and these other, whatever you want to call the oil giants, all right, who rule the world with their oil. We have a lot of oil. I wish we would get it out more because we wouldn't be over a barrel with these other countries. But anyway, they announced a surprise. Are you ready, folks? The Saudis announced that they're going to be producing less. They're cutting production. Saudi Arabia and other major oil well producers around the world say they're going to cut oil production by 1.15 million barrels per day from May to the end of the year. So from May to the end of the year, you might as well start getting used to at least 25 cents a gallon, right? At least. 6:24, Monday, April the 3rd. Thank you. Thank you for joining us the week ahead of Easter. And we're waking up to very chilly temps. And just before sunrise, We're going to be in the 20s and 30s, depending where you are, but milder temps are going to rebound after last night's LSU win. And we're going to get up into the upper 40s, maybe even 50 degrees by lunchtime. And then tonight, some April showers move in. But we have a southerly wind. By the way, that southerly wind, it's nice and mild, but it's also very gusty. 25 miles an hour. But it's going to be turning cloudy tomorrow, but it's going to stay nice and mild, 50s and 60s. I like that. And just looking ahead to Easter Sunday, it looks beautiful and bright and sunny right now, at least. Yukon and San Diego State tonight, folks. Election day for Fairhaven today, folks. Are the Bruins unstoppable? Huh? What is this? And if there's a Ben & Jerry's near you, come on in. It's a free ice cream cone day there.
Take the Morning Mayor wherever you go. Download the WBSM app.
Doing that accent, our prayers are with the folks in the South, and especially in states like Arkansas and Kentucky, Tennessee. Oh, my God, folks, they have been brutalized by Mother Nature. I've never seen this many tornadoes, all one after another after another. You've heard me say it, and I'll say it again because it is so true. Nothing is as frightening as a tornado. You can hear it, you can feel it, you can see all this debris in the air and the sounds and everything at night. Just terrible. And I do know that Arkansas got hit also. All of our prayers go to these poor people who have lost everything, like our friends who lost their place here in New Bedford. They have to start all over. How about the folks who lose everything from, their homes and cars? And it's very tough. And onward we go, right? We kind of turn a blind eye and we bitch, moan, and complain. Anyway, let's take a look at what's happening to the Commonwealth. It looks like we're losing 57,000 who have fled Massachusetts between the summer of 2021 and 2022. And this is from the, let's see, who put this out? The Housing and Transportation Department. So Massachusetts has a declining labor force as a result and a shrinking working age population. All right. I don't know where we are in terms of education and, being smart in the job areas that are needed, but focus is going to be on that number because the more people we lose, folks, the worse it gets for our economy in the future. It's terrible. It really is. You ever go into these huge stores and you can walk across and look down the long aisles and not see anyone, right? Well, anyone who is really thinking has to think we need more human beings. You know what those are?
Breaking New Bedford news alerts appear right on your phone screen. It's the WBSM app.
I got the app.
And it's powered by Flagship Insurance. 1420 WBSM.
Boston professors are describing it as a huge legal challenges of prosecuting a former United States president after Donald Trump's indictment. And so Professor Rosanna Cavallaro at Suffolk University and Professor Jack Bierman at BU spoke about the legal challenges and the huge the challenges of prosecuting this case. And I'm sure that everyone's going to be talking about this. I mean, have they stopped talking about this? Huh? Well, don't expect them to, folks. That is the agenda. All right? That's the way it is. Consistently corrupt. How do you like that? What's this? The Boston Globe saying that the Massachusetts delegation wastes no time condemning Trump amid the indictment. Line them up. All right? All right. That's Massachusetts Democrats in Congress taking to Twitter and social media, wasting no time to condemn the actions of former President Donald Trump. All right? So we also have in the news Harvard revealing that their admissions data, you know, the one the Supreme Court mulled over, well, Harvard College says it accepted 3.4% of the applicants for the class entering this fall, a slight increase from last year's record low level. The class of 2027 will also include the highest percentage of Asian American students in the school's history, even as the U.S. Supreme Court looks at a landmark affirmative action case that claims that Harvard discriminates against those applicants. It's 6:31, and when I come back, we've got news galore. But first, let's get into the newsroom right now. Kate Robinson is there, and good morning, Kate.
Good morning. A well-known Russian military blogger is dead after a bomb blast at a cafe in St. Petersburg Sunday. Vladlen Tatarsky, real name Maxim Fomin, was killed in what appears to be the second assassination of a high-profile Putin supporter. Tatarsky backed Moscow's war effort in Ukraine and was one of several Russian military bloggers allowed to publish their views. His death follows that of the daughter of a well-known ultra-nationalist in a car bomb last August. No one immediately claimed responsibility for the bomb, but there are reports the victim was handed the statue of a soldier just before the deadly explosion. In the U.S., it looks like more severe weather could be on the horizon as soon as tomorrow for many of the same areas left reeling from deadly weekend storms. At least 30 people in 7 states have been reported dead as a result of a series of tornadoes. The National Weather Service says the Midwest, from Iowa, Missouri, and Illinois through Arkansas and Texas, are at the greatest risk for a few strong tornadoes. Cleanup continues after tornadoes hit Illinois. Governor J.B. Pritzker visited the Apollo Theater in Belvedere yesterday to survey damage caused by a tornado that killed one man and injured more than 40 adults during a rock concert.
I think it's just incredibly impressive, frankly, and the mayor said it best, this is a strong community, and it showed up for each other on Friday night.
Later in the day, the governor visited Robinson in Crawford County, where 3 people died and 8 others were injured in a storm. The National Weather Service confirms more than a dozen tornadoes tore through the state Friday evening. New York Governor Kathy Hochul is offering to send in the National Guard and says state police are at the ready for former President Trump's arraignment in Manhattan tomorrow. Demonstrations near Trump Tower and Manhattan Criminal Court have been relatively small, but the NYPD isn't ruling out crowds growing larger with the ex-president expected to arrive in New York later today. The governor of Tennessee says he wants to expand a school safety measure that would put armed guards at every school in the state. This comes after 6 people were killed when a shooter opened fire at a private Christian school in Nashville late last month. Governor Bill Lee's proposal would also include additional mental health support and penalties for schools with security violations. Today, NASA and the Canadian Space Agency will announce the names of the 4 astronauts who launch on a mission around the moon and back. Rory O'Neill reports.
Together, the space agencies are picking the 4-person crew for Artemis 2, a mission using the SLS rocket and the Orion crew capsule on a trip around the moon and back. It follows the uncrewed Artemis 1 test flight that launched last year. The 10-day trip will test out all the key systems ahead of Artemis 3. That's the mission that will include the first woman to walk on the moon, perhaps in 2025. I'm Rory O'Neill.
Police say 25 freight train cars derailed in western Montana Sunday morning. The cars jumped the tracks near the community of Paradise, about 200 miles northwest of Bozeman. The train was traveling near the banks of the Clark Fork River, and several cars tumbled down into the water. The local sheriff's office said there did not appear to be any hazardous materials on board, and no injuries were reported. A few nice days, and it's time to get the garden growing, but beware. Bree Tennis explains what's really going on with the plants.
A research study done in Israel says tomato plants actually scream when you cut a stem. They say the vegetable emit airborne sounds similar to popping bubble wrap. The frequency is too high for humans to detect, but animals can hear it, suggesting plants can communicate with their surroundings. Researchers call it acoustic interaction, not conversation. So for now, the plants are not taking over. I'm Bree Tennis, NBC News Radio.
Kane Brown and his wife Caitlin Brown are making history with their hit duet. Thank God was recognized as the CMT Video of the Year at last night's CMT Music Awards in Austin. They're the first husband and wife duo to win the coveted award. In sports, the Red Sox take on the Pirates tonight at Fenway Park. The Celtics go up against the 76ers in Philadelphia tomorrow. And on Thursday, the Bruins host the Maple Leafs after defeating the Blues in St. Louis. Now for a look at your local forecast from ABC6.
We are looking at dry and calm conditions this morning, and by afternoon, a southerly wind's going to be returning with wind speeds at about 10 to 20 miles an hour. We'll see a high of 53 degrees today. For tonight, we're going to get down to 45 degrees with the clouds moving in, and then tomorrow, high of 63. From the ABC6 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Skylar Spindler on New Bedford's News Talk Radio 1420 WBSM.
At the moment, it is 27 degrees and clear. I'm Kate Robinson for WBSM News. Stay up to date with WBSM, New Bedford's news talk station, and get breaking news alerts with the WBSM app.
Grass does the same.
Yeah. I think most plants emit sounds, which we're just finding out.
Yeah. You know that wonderful scent that you get in the summertime right after somebody has mowed their lawn?
Yeah.
That is the scent that comes from the crying.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
It's lovely.
Good morning, everybody. We have good news, we have other news, we have sunrise, and we have this caller that we say good morning to. Hello there.
Hey, good morning, Phil.
Good morning.
The voice of America.
People get this radio station mixed up with Radio America, the one they used to, blast all over Europe. Good morning.
Oh, good morning. Living under apartheid is kind of weird. I'm not used to it just yet.
Explain your humor.
Yeah, well, what you got is a president, also known as Joe 2.0, Apartheid Joe 2.0. All of his programs seem to be aimed at, defund the police and this and that, which doesn't help the community. You got a guy who's going to try the president in a few hours after he gets arraigned, who breaks down felonies of murder and everything. But in this case, he takes a misdemeanor and he tries to bang it up to a big federal case and a state case. But when it comes to the everyday, he'll throw murderers in the community. No bail for
Wouldn't you
crime.
agree with me that this is one of his greatest fundraising events?
Today, President Trump.
Is this a great fundraiser or what?
It's crazy.
Yeah, of course. This is what I'm getting at. People are looking at like the blood sport, and they're not smelling the aroma of what's going on.
No, because they've been taught. Look but don't touch, smell but don't taste, kneel but don't pray. That's the trend right now. And it all leads to apartheid because of the fact, and I mean this, the President Trump is now President Mandela. Mandela did 27 years for peaceful anti-apartheid. What is apartheid? It's a system of segregation. everything that's going on in this country is making me not like somebody I don't even know who lives in my zip code because of the rumor of the welfare, this and that, and the violence, and the white guys got the advantage, and it's all a crock. But in the end, what you get is apartheid, a system of segregation, because you are prejudiced against somebody you don't even know, and based on that, your children are probably going to hear mom and dad talking about it, and they're going to grow up with a leaning toward, I don't like
Here's
those people.
the saddest part of your story, all for politics.
Yeah.
He's doing this all for politics.
It's politics, it's power, it's keep everybody down. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the more money I put for federal programs to give you food and shelter and everything, the more I'm disenfranchising you because you can't do nothing.
I know, but on the flip side of that, I hate to say it, but the people who are responsible for a lot of that are just AWOL. So what are we going to do? I mean, we'll have... You know what we'll have if we don't take care of them. So we have no other choice right now.
No other choices.
Huh?
We have no choices.
No.
As a matter of fact, the biggest downfall besides Mitch McConnell in his relationship with Trump is that Trump did not pardon Edward Snowden, who was a whistleblower. He should have pardoned Edward Snowden because right now, whether he likes it or not, maybe he's not Nelson Mandela. Maybe he's walking in Ed Snowden's shoes because they had that guy ready to just really eliminate him from the world. Hey, the Democrats.
You are a great historian. You know that? You could have been
I'm better than that. I lived it.
You have indeed. We are at 6:41. The sun is up. It's bright. It's shiny. Let's get our colos going. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning, Phil.
Hi, buddy.
How you doing?
I'm well.
There's a story you should look into is the state auditor. Now up on Bacon Hill, our elected officials claim that the state auditor has no authority to audit them and the goings-on of our state government. Yep. They're going deep into the archives, state archives, and they're finding, yes, indeed, the state auditor has the authority to check on the government and the elected officials to see, if they're not misusing their power, and if there's not government overreach or misuse of state funds.
Come on, don't you want to pay for somebody's sexual delights? What kind of a taxpayer are you? I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know. I know you are.
There are, and we're paying for this while we don't have homes and cops and teachers. They have a fund. They won't tell us how much is in this fund that covers up any fun that they might have had. And Diane DiZoglio, who you are referring to, our new state auditor, who I am so proud of. Oh, dear God, am I proud of this person who is she is Herculean in her will. She's going against the monolith, my friend.
Oh, of course. The governor and state reps, they don't want her to snoop around because they're going to find misappropriations and misuse of power, and that's what they're afraid of. Huh. But they claim that the state auditor doesn't have that power. But as they're going deeper and deeper into the state archives, indeed they do. The auditor has the power to check everything, make sure everything's on the up and up.
Now, who said the last part of that? That's the most interesting, because the last I heard of this story, it was Mariano was saying, they can't do this on us. We're the ones who make up their laws. And, a wonderful leader, huh?
Yeah. Well, he doesn't know the state law, but that's what it is. Because they're gonna, the state auditor would uncover some things that the public needs to know. But there's a song I have dedicated for them up there in Bacon Hill by Cab Calloway, picking cabbage.
Let me see if I can find it. You know what song I thought you were going to say?
What's that?
Remember the old novelty song, Let It All Hang Out?
Yeah, right. The cabbage they're picking is taxpayer money.
That's right. That's
well, you
right.
have a good day, Phil.
You know, it's so good to hear your voice.
Well, it's good to hear you every day in the morning. We don't always agree, Phil, but I don't take it to heart anyway.
And you know what?
Have a good day, Phil.
No, before you leave, I'm very sorry that I raised my voice with you.
Well, that's been forgiven and forgotten, Phil.
You're a good guy.
You have a good day, and I wish you all the best, and all your listeners.
Thank you, my friend.
I don't always agree on everything, but I wish everybody has a great day. Take care, Phil.
Well, you like your oatmeal mushy.
Well, I'm not a fan of oatmeal, to tell you the truth.
Now you tell me? After you've been eating all that oatmeal last year?
Oatmeal? No, I eat cornflakes.
Oh, yeah. All right.
I like the sugar cornflakes.
Well, we agree. Are you kidding me? We agree.
Pick of the tiger.
Adios, amigo.
Yeah, have a good day, Phil.
You too. Come on, get up. It's intermission time.
Well, there was no reason to believe she'd always be there. But don't put faith in what you believe in. That's getting you nowhere. 'Cause it helps you never give up. Don't look down, just look up. 'Cause she's always there behind you. Just to remind you of two hearts. Just one mind beating together till the end of time. No, we're too hard. Living in just one mind together forever.
Take the Morning Mayor wherever you go. Download the WBSM app.
Hello, I'm Jose Hernandez, and I have been using a wheelchair since my accident in 1995.
My name is Andrea Dalzell, and I've been using a wheelchair since I was 5 years old.
I guess if I had one message for the general public, it would be that I appreciate your help. But please, ask first.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that I've actually got everything under control.
I think people get nervous. They don't know how to act, so they pretend I'm not there.
What probably bothers me the most is when waiters talk to my companion and not directly to me.
I think everyone with a disability can relate to that parking spot problem.
We know you're just parking in that disabled spot for a second, but please, don't. We're just looking for the same respect and consideration as everyone else.
United Spinal Association is dedicated to enhancing the quality of life of people living with spinal cord injuries and disorders. Download our disability etiquette booklet at unitedspinal.org.
Good morning. You know, when it comes to campaign coffers, we were just mentioning the politics of things. It's the lawmakers, folks, at the top of the power ladder who have the biggest account balances as well. Who do I mean? Well, top of the heap, besting his 157 colleagues, House Ways and Means Chairman Aaron Michalowicz. He's on top. The North End Democrat is seen as the leading contender for speakership in a future leadership fight. So here we are. We're all having a wonderful dinner. It's Easter. And around the table is the bread. It's being passed in a nice basket, by the way. I love that. And on one side is that just fresh baked Italian sliced. In the middle are some crunchy but not too crunchy rolls, dinner rolls, next to croissants. All right? You're looking for the butter while you're thinking about things that, well, come not only second nature, but every year come around with the very best products at Sunrise Bakery and Coffee Shops. Not only that, but it's that time of year for the sweetbreads, right? Where you get the eggs baked right into the bread. Well, what a great tradition. There's a story behind it. We'll get to that some other time. But Easter is always a very special time for the Amaral family and for all at Sunrise Bakery and Coffee Shops who have served this community with such pride. How do you say thank you? How do you say thank you to a wonderful family with a golden heart and a wonderful family that has had a business on Bolton Street and Dartmouth Street, making New Bedford a better place? Happy Easter to all from Sunrise Bakery. Come on, let's dance. Ready? Come on! That's not me, that's Celeste. Come on! Everybody. Yeah, baby.
This podcast is sponsored by Ramp. Are you the decision maker in your company? Consider this. For the first time in decades, there's a better option for a corporate card and spend management platform. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card and spend management system designed to help you spend less money so you can make more. Most corporate credit cards offer points as incentives, but those points amount to less than their worth in real cash value. Ramp's business cards offer you cash back, real money in your pocket. Plus, you control who spends what with each vendor. And Ramp's software collects and verifies receipts automatically, which means you'll stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. Businesses that use Ramp add up to 5% to their bottom line the first year. If you're a decision maker, adding Ramp could be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And now get $250 when you join Ramp for free. Just go to ramp.com/easy. Ramp.com/easy. RAMP.com/easy.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members of FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.